everyone.
Hello!
Welcome to Kirsty and Bryony's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
I am Bryony.
Oh my god. Imagine that.
Oh my god. Imagine
Oh my
being
goodness. Imagine being Bryony.
me. We are going to listen to two freshly squeezed dreams from my brain box.
Straight out of Bryony's brain hole.
And then Kirsty's going to tell me what's wrong with me. I hope.
I also have a dream that I haven't recorded that I had today.
Oh.
But it's kind of gross. So maybe we'll listen to one of yours first.
Oh my gosh, that reminds me. I don't remember if I told you about this dream, but I had a dream a few weeks ago.
Right.
That was that. Okay, so I have a lump on my head, IRL. I've always had this lump.
Okay.
We went to the doctor's. I don't know why I said we. Me and the lump went to the doctor as a child, and the doctor was just like, "Oh, it's just a lump."
Is that when the lump was a child?
Yeah, we grew up together. We've become quite attached, and so I've always it doesn't hurt or anything. It's just annoying because it tends to be where my parting is. So it's always just a bit like whenever, it's one of those things I don't think about it until I'm at the hairdresser and they're washing my hair and I feel the need to be like, sorry about the lump.
Ignore the lump.
Don't talk to me on my lump again. But I had this dream that I was I was suddenly really aware of my lump, and I was like, what is going on with this? And I looked into the mirror and the lump was like horrible. It was like this big like pustule, and there was like three of them, and they were like all yellow and boily and bleh. And then I looked closer and they had all these like purple like shards sticking out of them, and I started like pulling at the shards and I could feel it pulling, and it was like horrendous. It was so visceral.
God. It sounds like one of my dreams.
Well, that's the thing. When I woke up, I was thinking about the dream and I was like, it's sort of like the first ever dream from episode 1.
Yeah.
Where you had your like, what was it?
I had like a
black moles or whatever it was.
I had a spot on my face that had like goop in it. They looked like balsamic vinegar in oil.
Yeah. And in a weird way, the dream made me sort of think back to our first episode and how far we've come. And I was just like, that's nice.
Cute.
But it was horrendous at the time. Like I woke up feeling very like, why?
Gross. I want to see your head lump. I want to feel it.
I can
caress
show you. Yes, touch my lump. It brings good luck to anyone who rubs it. Apart from me, I guess. Maybe? I don't know. But yeah, it's just an odd little lump.
It's just a little guy.
Just a little guy that lives on my head.
Guy.
It's where my dreams come from. My dream lump.
It's your dream powers are stored within. Oh my gosh. Odd. I do not have a head lump, which is probably why I've not been dreaming a lot lately.
Oh, you gotta get one of these head lumps.
Gotta get one. I'm in the market for a head lump.
I swear, I have had so many things, which I guess is good, but I've had so many things over the years, over the span of my days, that I've gone to the doctor about and they've just been like, it's just a thing.
Just a little guy.
Like I have my little head lump. I have a finger that doesn't straighten.
You have a finger?
Okay. I have fingers. I have so many fingers.
Oh my God.
On my feet and my hands.
Damn.
The feet ones are shorter though. No, they're weird. But I have a finger that just doesn't straighten, and the doctor was just like, And then I went to the doctor and I was like, this mole really hurts, and they were just like, yeah, that's a hurty mole. I was like, okay,
that's just a hurty mole. They happen.
I mean, I guess this is better than going and then being like, yeah, that's really bad. So I guess it is preferential to just have the doctor be like, just a thing,
just a thing. Yeah, Yeah. I mean, no comment. They tend to do that, don't they? Like, I I'm the same. Like, we're just talking about our extremities now, but yeah, I'm the same. I have a mole. It's never been a hurty mole, but it's always been there, and it's always been one that my mum's been like, "You need to keep an eye on that mole." Well, I can't see it, but apparently it's quite it's sort of a biggish one. It's like, oh, if it changes, ooh, doctor. And at one point, she convinced me to go to the doctor for it. I was like, okay. So I went to the doctor. I was like, here is my mole, and they were like, "Yep, that's a mole." I was like, okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for the second opinion. I'll be off.
I do think that maybe it's just a thing about being in your 30s, but you've got all this to look forward to, but you start getting all these things where you're like, that's weird. Or has that always been like that? Or have I just noticed this? Or is this new? And I feel like this is my advice to any of you in your 20s out there. Record literally everything ever. Document every bowel movement, every mole,
just write
everything.
It all down.
Just have constant data, because there are so many times that I'm just like, oh, was that always there? Oh, did that hurt like that before? You just don't know. It's like I was saying to Alex the other day, I was like, I find now that a lot of the time I'll go for a wee and then I'll stand up and I'll be like, no, still a bit more. And he was like, yeah, that's just cool being in your mid-30s. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh
okay.
My God. Welcome everyone to the comfort zone.
Just talks about wee. But it made me think maybe I need to get one of those Flappy Bird Kegel exercises.
Oh, not again. Yeah, I think, I honestly, you've been talking about it for so long. I think you need to at this point.
I was thinking the other day, and I've sort of spoiled it by saying this now, but I was thinking that because I have talked about it so much, what I might do is just watch a playthrough of Flappy Bird and learn the pattern, and then just pretend that I'm playing it on stream, and those who know will know. Just at one point, just like casually load at the game, be like, I'm just going to give this game a go, for the lols. And then at one point, drink a drink with like both hands, and people be like, wait. But now I've told everyone, so it's spoiled. But if you hear this, you just don't. Just
you
keep
didn't
the
hear
secret.
It. This is a secret.
Yeah. What if this is a double bluff and I'm just actually going to play it?
Oh my God.
No, they'll never know.
Well,
but yeah.
Jesus.
The fun of your 30s.
It's been 10 minutes and it's been a wild ride already. I can't wait to hear your dreams.
I have 2 dreams, and one of them, should we hear it and I'll explain after?
All right.
Should we dive straight in?
Let's dive in.
Okay.
Do a dream.
So the first one, I will play in 3, 2, 1, go. I had a dream that I was lying in bed, and the room was pretty much like our room but mirrored. And I was aware that like Alex must have gone out to do exercise, but there were voices in the room, and I was sort of like trying to look around. I was being quite sleepy, and I could see like Lewis at bed, and Duncan and Ozzy, and I was like, they were all just chatting away. And I was like, Lewis, come here. He was like, what? I was like, I want a cuddle. So he just got on the bed, and I spooned him. And he was wearing my like pink bunny jumper. And then I was like aware that Ped was still there, but I was like so sleepy I couldn't even open my eyes. So I was just like, with my eyes closed, just like feeling his face, like, are you annoyed? Are you annoyed that I've taken Lewis away? And then I was aware that like Alex had got into the bed, and we were all just cuddled. And then I was like, whose voice is that? And Pedro's like, oh, that's Ross Hornby of Hat Films. And I looked over and I was like, Ross was just chilling on this bench with Murphy. And I was like, hello. He was like, hello. And then Sarah turned up. And I was like, hi, my baby girl's been delivered. And she was like, hello. And then Mango turned up. And I was like, oh, my gosh, Mango. I was like, your makeup looks really lovely today. Could you do my makeup on me whilst I'm asleep, please? And I think that's all I remember. It was just everyone was there. But I was EP and I stayed in bed. The end. Bye-bye. So there you go.
Wow. What a good dream.
Yeah.
I'd say out of all the dreams we've listened to,
cozy.
if there was one that I'd love to just see animated, it's that one.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, I told Alex this dream as soon as I woke up because I was like, oh my gosh, I just had this like dream about cuddling like everyone. And I must have explained it pretty much the same. And he was like, my interpretation of this dream is that you wish you could do everything while staying in bed.
He's hit the head,
like,
nail on the head.
Yeah.
By Jove, he's got it.
I happened to be in the office this day and I got in the lift with Lewis and Duncan. So I was like, okay, well,
Oh,
okay,
no,
I
they
can
know.
see that people... I was like, I can see that people might find this dream a bit weird to have about them. So I was like, I'll check with Lewis if he's okay for me to bring this on the podcast. And he was like, oh yeah, that's fine. And I said to Duncan, I was like, you're in the dream too, but you were fine. He was like, what was I doing? I was like, you were just stood around my bedroom talking to Ozzy. And he was like, are you sure that was a dream? That sounds like the sort of thing we would just do.
Talking, wow.
Just hanging out, just wandering into a bedroom like, hey, oh, what's up? But yeah, so I told Lewis and he was like, maybe you've sensed that I could do with a hug recently. And I was like, oh
My God.
So I did give him an IRL hug.
Oh, so something good came of the dream.
Yeah, so maybe it was just a very small premonition or intuition that he needed a hug. But yeah, what a star-studded
Bless.
dream.
How cute. And
Everyone was in there.
maybe your pink jumper on Lewis was you giving him a hug, IRL.
Yeah.
Bless.
The bunny jumper enveloping him.
Exactly.
It did make me think, though, the fact that I asked Lewis for like consent to bring the dream on. I was like, should I have done this for Xylus of all the times that I just dream about him? I was like,
Silas,
nah.
I dreamt about you nude again. Can we talk about it on the podcast? Sorry we didn't ask the other 4 times.
What do you think this means? What is it? Tell me what's
I
up.
think it means you love your friends. No.
Yeah.
No. Very cute.
Yeah. It was a very nice, cozy dream.
Yeah. Maybe you're thinking about like things coming up where there's going to be a lot of creators.
Oh, yeah, true.
Things coming up, yeah, where there's a lot of creators taking part because there's a couple of things that are coming up soon, like tiny teams.
Yeah.
And another thing, which I don't know if we can say, question mark.
Yeah. I guess maybe. And also, I guess because of doing like now I do 2 streams a week where I go into the office, I guess maybe I have just been seeing people a lot more.
Yeah.
And I think as well, this dream wouldn't have been long after me going on the ramble last week about just platonic affection. So maybe it was that. My brain was like, I know what you want. You just want to stroke faces and hug friends.
Just cuddle everybody. Woo!
Yeah. And I remember actually, so I went to this little animal place at the weekend and I was looking at, they had rats and they had meerkats. And I remember specifically saying how I wanted to sleep in a big pile. And
Of
I was
both?
like, what if everyone just came over to ours and we just like slept in a big rat pile together?
Oh, I see. A pile of people. I thought you meant just like
Yeah.
in a pile of rats and meerkats.
I would happily do that.
I mean,
too.
I would do that, yeah. Rat piles just look like the most cozy things. I was always so jealous
They
of my rats when they would have
do.
just a big pile. That's the benefit of having lots of rats as well. When I had like 8 at one time, they would all just cuddle together. And it was so cute.
Yeah. So I think maybe it was just that that's what I wanted for me, is to sleep in a big cozy pile of friends.
Everyone's just turning up ready for the rat pile.
Yeah.
So,
Come around us, we're having a rat pile.
bring snacks.
Oh, yeah. We could all watch like Pride and Prejudice and sleep in a big snuggly blanket rat pile. It'd be great.
That would be great. I'd be down for that.
Nice. I'd happily just sleep in a pile of me and you as well, to be honest. You're very
that's fair.
cozy.
I mean, we've done that plenty of times, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's nice. It's cozy
It's
sleeping
nice
on
to
the
be
sofa with
cozy.
Brady with a big blanket.
And because we have a podcast about dreams,
We're
it's
working, technically.
tax deductible.
Nice.
Is that how it works?
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely.
Did you want to tell me about your dream?
My gross, horrible dream, sure.
Yeah, now we've got everyone into like a nice cozy place.
Let's just yeet them right out of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in my dream, I was traveling with my family, question mark. I don't know if we were like camping or walking or hiking or something. But I had this backpack and it was a really big backpack. It was like the size of a person. And it was like, if you unzipped it, it was always like a tent inside, like you could get in it. But I think I spilt something in it. And I was like, oh, that'll be okay. Like, it'll be fine. Like, it's such a big backpack. I can't be bothered to go in there and clean it. So I was just carrying on, like, you know, as we're going around, I was putting stuff in my backpack, blah, blah, blah. But then I noticed that, like, lots of bugs started appearing. And I was like, what's this about? And then my mom opened my backpack and it was, like, infested with bugs.
Oh.
It was full of bugs at the bottom. It was, like, all, like, little worms and stuff because the food that had been spilt had, like, gone off. And it was, like, my backpack is all gross. It's horrible. So we had to like clean it up and clear out all of the grossness. And then a cockroach came out of it and it was like, cockroach! And like my whole family was running around like, cockroach! And I don't really remember what happened after that. But at the end of the dream, just before I was waking up, me and my mum were cooking and we were making tempura prawns with like really big prawns, like massive ones. They were like 5-6 inches of like long or something. They were really like big for a prawn.
Yeah.
But they were like completely entire prawns, so we had to like take out the line and take off the shell and stuff like that. But I'd never done it before. I don't like prawns. And these prawns were bigger than usual and they had wings under their carapace. Like I could see a wing sticking out and I was like, right, they've obviously not removed the wings from these prawns. So I'd like taken bits of it off and I'd wrapped it in like a pastry, but it still had other bits on it, like the shell around the face and stuff. And I was just like, is this okay? And my mum was like, no, this is not, you've not taken half of the stuff off yet. You can't eat that. I was just like, oh no. And that was it. That's where I woke up.
Oh my god.
It was a very strange dream.
Yeah. I looked up. I couldn't find backpack, but I looked up baggage because I figured that's sort of like the same thing, to be carrying baggage.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And it says, to be carrying extra baggage in a dream, we may be carrying an extra load, either emotional or practical. We may be expecting too much of ourselves or of others. We are carrying past hurt or trauma.
Oh.
There you go. You're being too harsh on yourself. That's what it
bloody
is.
hell. Bloody hell. Well, I have been really, really knackered lately. Like, I have been kind of... I mean, I haven't... It's weird, right? When you're a streamer, you stream, and streaming shouldn't make you feel exhausted because it's playing video games on a PC and chatting to people. But for some reason, it does make you tired. It takes it out of you.
I think it's like... It's not that you are just like... It's so different from just playing games in your own time for fun.
Exactly.
It's like you're having to be a moderator and you're having to be an entertainer and you're having to talk to people and you're having to juggle like 5 different conversations and you're having to be on your guard for bad conversations and you're having to like... I think it's that you're doing so...
It's like putting on a show.
Yeah.
And... I've been doing that, but I've also been streaming on a second channel just for fun. So, like, if I play Final Fantasy in the evening, I will just literally go live and be like, "Hi, everyone, I'm playing Final Fantasy," and I'm not in streamer mode, you know?
Yeah.
Which has just been, it's been so fun, but I'm very aware of the fact that I'm kind of burning the candle at both ends by doing that. So I've been very tired for the last, like, week or so. So yeah, it makes sense.
That is your bagage.
My bagage. My bagage was actually quite empty, but it was full of bugs.
Well, I then looked up insects. So it says, insects in dreams can reflect the feeling that something is irritating or bugging us. It may also indicate our feeling of insignificance and powerlessness.
Oh my goodness.
But it also says it will depend on the particular insect in the dream as to the interpretation. I feel like cockroach. I find it really difficult to say cockroach now because did you ever watch, oh my gosh, what is it called? The Netflix show about the woman who she keeps dying and then she's reborn. It's a bit like Groundhog Day.
No, I didn't watch
like
that.
This American lady and she's got like bright ginger hair. She's really cool. But the way she talks, she always says cockroach. And I just keep on, every time I say it, I want to say cockroach now because I'm just so used to her saying it. But yeah, I guess like, I feel like the fact it was cockroaches is like they're generally associated with being in like worn out, dirty places, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I guess again, maybe that's saying that you are worn out and dirty.
Yeah. That
like
makes sense.
Maybe there's a mental space that you've been neglecting in taking care of. That's what I think it would be.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I have been for sure. Like I definitely have been. I've been streaming twice a day on several days and I've been going to bed really late because we've all been getting way back into Final Fantasy and have been staying up late doing like content together, which has been really fun and it's been so nice playing with everyone. But when you're going to bed at 3 a.m, it is not nice. It's like, So yeah, all of it like piled on top of each other. It is just like, I need to take a step back and sleep more and maybe work a little bit less for now.
Yeah.
For sure. But the rest, yeah, the backpack was, other than the bugs, like there was one cockroach that came out of it. There were lots of, sorry everyone who hates bugs, but there were lots of like flies and there were lots of little maggots. Because it was like food had spoiled, you know?
Yeah.
But that was most of the... I think there were like little moths and stuff as well. Before opening the backpack, I'd noticed that there were moths and stuff flying around. But I think that is because at the moment, well, it's not warm. The weather is weird, but my windows are open and it's summer, so I'm getting moths flying in the evening. So I think that's just because there are moths around currently.
Okay, because maggots do have their own section in the dream.
Do they?
But-
Okay, what are they about?
So there's 3 different parts, unless there's more on the next page. There is not. There's 3 different parts, but the first one says maggots appearing in dreams in their correct context can represent the feelings we have about death.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
But the second one, which I think is probably more relevant, is maggots can represent impurities in the body and the sense of being eaten up by something, of having something within our body, such as an idea or feeling that is alien to us and can therefore overtake and overcome us.
Oh my gosh.
So, I don't know, being eaten up by self-doubt or something, maybe?
Or just being too eepy.
Being eaten by EP?
Eepy. I am pretty eepy.
I wonder if EP is in the book. I looked up like prawn and shrimp, but there's nothing. I wonder if like shellfish. Wait, are they shellfish?
Yeah.
No, they're pretty kind. How does the alphabet work? Shellfish.
Shellfish.
Oh, shark, shells, shelter. No, nothing about shellfish.
Oh.
There's like just standard fish. But I don't know if fish would be as relevant. Fish, fireworks. Fish. Dreaming of fish connects with the emotional side of ourselves, the more our ability to be wise without being strategic. What? There you go.
What does that mean?
We can often simply respond instinctively to what is going on without needing to analyze it. I don't think that's relevant.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I find that I have more of these weird dreams, if I have any dreams at all, when I'm really tired. So I think in conclusion, I am pretty eepy. I'm eepy and I need a rest.
You do be needing a rest.
I was looking at holidays this morning on lastminute.com.
Oh, Sweden?
I looked for Sweden. It didn't show up. There aren't any last minute Sweden deals.
Sweden doesn't exist. Turns out
it doesn't
Sweden's
exist.
made up.
Rydian is not from Sweden.
No.
But there
Rydian's
were lots in
time.
Spain.
Oh.
I think there was Prague,
Any
Germany. I didn't see any Greece. No.
Oh.
I
want to go to there. I want to go to
I want
Greece.
to go to there.
I want to go to there.
Right there. Yeah, there was nothing in Greece.
Although, okay, what would be your top 3 holiday destinations? Wait, no, I've thought of a 4th one. What are your top 4 holiday destinations?
You thought of a 4th one, okay. Japan, Sweden, because I want to see Rydian.
I saw something that I really wanted to... Oh, there's a Pingu museum in Japan and it looks really cute.
Aw, cute.
It popped up on my recommended Instagram thingy the other day and it just seems very lovely.
I think just like Scandinavia.
Yeah.
It's
very beautiful.
I would love to go to like Norway, Sweden. Iceland was another one that was on the list because the hot springs.
Geysers. Go and see the geysers.
Go and see them geysers. Or the geysers in Iceland.
You could do what I do and despite having known Rydian the entire time, go to Norway 3 times and never go to Sweden. He loves that. He absolutely loves when I do that.
Let's both go to Norway.
Yay! He can pop over.
It's close,
like,
isn't it?
Have you ever seen the movie Hitch?
No, I haven't.
with Will
Is that
Smith.
got? Oh, is it Will Smith? Oh, yes. I've not seen it, but I know what you mean.
There's a bit in that film where he's this is such a spurious link, but there's a bit in that movie where he's explaining the correct way to try and initiate a kiss, and he's like, you should only lean in like 90%, let them come the other 10, because don't go the full 100, because that's like, you want to check that they want to kiss you, sort of thing.
Mhm.
So that would be, that's us. We're just, we're going
we
with
go
90%. We're going to
90%.
Norway. And if Rydia wants to see us, he can go the 10%.
He can go from Sweden to Norway. It's not
Which is
far.
only 10% of the journey, right?
Yeah. South of Sweden to Norway is nothing. It's an
Because,
hour, right?
That's quite presumptuous of us to just turn up in Sweden and assume that,
It's true, yeah.
So, yeah, we should be very proper and only go to Norway.
Oh no, Bryony.
Yeah.
We're talking about Ridian again.
Oh
no! Every time.
The Rydian Appreciation Podcast. But to be fair, I've talked about everyone else a lot.
That's true, actually. You have mentioned
So
everyone.
I got to spread the love equally.
Dear.
My top 4. I really want to go to the Netherlands, Greece, Sweden, and Hamburg.
Have you not been to the Netherlands?
Nope, never been.
Amsterdam was on the lastminute.com list and it was pretty cheap.
I really want to go to... I mean, I'd like to go to Amsterdam just to sort of go and see it, but I don't think I'd want to stay a whole holiday there.
Mhm.
I'd want to see other places.
Yeah.
I'd want to go down to... Is it said The Hague or is it Hague?
I don't know. If you asked Silas, he'd probably... I'm not even going to try.
Say something I couldn't respond to.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Okay,
good to know,
that
good to
one.
know.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
But I would like to go there for 2 reasons. There is a really cool model village that I would like to see. There's also a vegan burger place called Bees Churgers. I think those are very good reasons to go to a place for a holiday. Also, just the fact it's not very hilly sounds quite nice.
Yeah.
Because Bristol is very hilly.
Bristol
so
is
it'd be quite
very
a
hilly.
novelty to go to a flat pancake place.
Yeah, for sure.
And it also just looks beautiful. Oh, and Silas is there. I forgot about that.
There's us, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
look him in the eye and tell him about my next dream, whatever it is.
We could record
Maintain
a
eye
podcast
contact.
live from Silas's house.
Yeah. Hamburg is because of the model railway. Sweden is really in, but also Moose Gardens. I have literally
Yes,
wanted to go to
Moose.
Moose Gardens since it was one of the first websites I ever went on when I was 12. So it's been a long time that I've been obsessed with this place. I used to use up my hour allotment that I would have on the
Looking at
internet.
pictures of moose.
Well, no, they don't have it on their website anymore. They used to have a live moose cam. And I would just watch the moose
Ooh.
cam.
Aww.
And also just the fact, like I said, I have been to Norway a few times now, so it would be nice to see Sweden.
Yeah.
And then Greece, just for the history and to nerd out at all the places I've heard about but haven't seen. But I guess
Yeah.
that's probably the one that would be the sunniest. I'm not really a sunny place holiday person, so that would be odd, but I'd still like to go.
Yeah, I think I've never been to Greece. I think it would be nice to go.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Shirley Valentine?
No.
Ah, it's such a good movie. It's a real comfort movie. It's my mum's favorite film.
No.
But it's about this Liverpudlian lady who she's sort of done with having a very routine life where it's like, she does egg and chips for her husband on a Wednesday and he expects it on the table and it's like that sort of environment.
Yeah.
And then she is like, do you know what? I'm just going to go off to Greece for myself. And her husband, I won't be able to do the accent justice, but when she says she's going to Greece and he's like, why do you want to go to Greece? But it is a very good film.
That sounds fun. God, the other night, Xylus was like, I want to watch a movie, something light. And we were like, okay, right. And you know what he put on? He put on Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, what? What did he think it was about?
He's seen it before.
Oh.
Okay. I guess. And halfway through the movie, I just heard Riddian go, something light, Xylus.
Oh no, you should watch Shirley Valentine. That is a light movie. There's like fourth wall breaking bits in it as well.
Yeah.
Which are very good. Like there's a bit where so she ends up like there's this Greek man who she has a bit of a romance with. And which I won't go into too much, but there's one bit where she's saying about, she's got stretch marks and stuff, and he's like, oh, I like your stretch marks, they show you have lived, sort of thing. Aww. And she just looks at the camera and she's just like, men are so full of shit. It's a really good, I think it's like a 70s film or something, but it's very, no wait, would it be 70s? I can't think, but it is very good.
That sounds fun. That definitely sounds fun.
Film recommendation for this oh no, it's 1989.
Oh, I am so awful. Like whenever you say, have you seen this movie? I'm always probably 90% of the time going to be like, no, I just haven't seen a lot of movies. I'm awful. Garbage.
I'm quite bad for just watching the same films over and over.
Yeah,
like
same.
Like You've Got Mail and When Harry Met Sally and Sense and Sensibility. Those are my I'll just put on the same film because it's my comfort zone. They said the name of the
comfort zone.
Yeah. Do you have like a comfort movie?
My comfort movie, I like The Holiday, it's just like a really generic Christmas movie with Kate Winslet, Jack Black, Cameron Diaz, Jude Law. Yeah. But I like it because they used to show it on TV all the time, and every time they would show it, my dad would be like, Holiday's on. And it's like, all right. So we sit down and watch The Holiday. So I would always watch it with my dad, and every time it was on, like even if they showed it like a couple of days in a row, it's like, Holiday's on. I was like, all right. So it's like mine and my dad's film. And same reason, Pretty Woman as well. I love Pretty Woman. It's such a good film. Yeah. But also in a similar vein to Xylus and Hacksaw Ridge, I love watching Shawshank Redemption. I love that movie. I would say that Shawshank is one of my comfort movies.
That's Alex's favorite film.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite films too. I love it. I don't know why it's a comfort movie, but I just really enjoy it.
Like Morgan Freeman has a very,
movie.
very calming voice, I guess.
Yeah. True. But yeah, I love that film. But yeah, I think like just the shit rom-coms as well that I've watched with my dad. They're good ones.
They do be. I feel like this is I'm going to have like a mini like boomer rant, but I feel like they don't make them like they used to. I feel like when I think about going to the cinema these days, it's like I keep on thinking like, oh, it'd be quite nice to go and see Oppenheimer, but then I'm like 3 hours.
Yeah,
3 hours of trying not to think about needing to wee is so long.
That reminds me of when I went to see Avatar, like the first Avatar movie. I went and saw it with my brother, my cousin, and my cousin's girlfriend. And Jesus Christ, that movie is so long. And when I hate going to pee in the middle of a movie because I'm like, I've paid to see this. I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to go pee. I could not walk after Avatar. Like I had to hobble out of the room and be like, I need to pee somewhere. I need the toilet.
Yeah.
Everybody move out of the way.
I'm the same, apart from I went to go and see the Absolutely Fabulous movie. And it was so boring that towards the end I was like, oh, thank goodness I need a wee. I just sort of was like, I'm just going to pop for a wee. And I just sort of took my time.
Sat on the toilet for a while.
Yeah, I was like, do, 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 just having fun. I got back in and they were like, oh, you missed.
Oh, you missed a good bit.
I went to see it with a couple of friends. They're like, oh, you missed this. I'm like, did I though?
Oh, what a shame.
I don't think I did.
Oh, no. Oh my gosh.
Would you like to listen to my second dream?
Yes. Let's have a listen.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. I had a dream that I was working in this, like, a big manor house or something, like a maid, I think. And I wanted to run away. So I ran away, but my sister, who was meant to be, it was basically like my identical twin, but I kept referring to them as my sister who's the same age as me. I never used the word twin for some reason, but my sister who was the same age as me and looked identical, she turned up to pick me up and they realized I had gone and they like stole her and were like, okay, you work here now. We'll just swap you out and no one has to ever know. And then me went home and I was talking to my actual sister and I was like trying to explain to her like, oh, you have to help me. They've taken my sister who's the same age as me and they're like pretending like I don't know how to live this life that they've put me in because we've just swapped lives and I don't know what she did and blah, blah, blah. But then as I was like talking to my actual sister, I was like, the dream just started unraveling. I was like, hang on, my sister would know if we had another sister. And of course I know who she is and all of this stuff. And it was just like, I just slowly became really aware that the story of the dream was falling apart. And yeah, it just very quickly stopped and turned into a different dream that was about trying to find paperwork for a family game show. And my dad was like, I'm going to throw away all this actual trash. And he started stuffing it into my bag. And I was like, Dad, all my stuff's in there. Can you not put actual trash in it, please? But yeah, I don't really remember much of that other dream. Something about business. The end. Bye-bye. Business dream.
Oh my god. Business.
It was really weird because it was like I was just slowly, I guess it went from being like a normal dream to a bit of a lucid dream, but not fully, because I was like, hang on, the narrative of this dream doesn't make any sense. This must be a dream. Who wrote this dream? This is awful. It was just very odd. I've never really, I guess I've had times when I've been like, this is a dream, but it was like I was very aware of almost like being watched whilst I figured it out. It almost felt like if you're ever streaming something and you don't understand something or you misread something and then you slowly start to realize and you're like, oh, everyone knows I got that wrong. Oops. It was that sort of feeling. I felt like I was being watched whilst I figured it out, and I felt a bit silly being like, oh, wait, it's a dream. This doesn't make any sense. Oops. Very odd. I've never had that in a dream before.
Yeah. Like I've had dreams before where I've kind of realized like, oh, this is a dream. But I've never felt bad for it.
Yeah. I felt like dream shame.
Oh.
Because I've had like usually I'll figure out it's a dream if I'm scared and it's like a defensive thing. where I'm like, oh no, it's not actually that scary. It's just a dream. It's fine. Like the one I had a while ago where I was like, oh, it's fine. I can just pause it because it's a dream and then I can get away. I've never just had it be like, this dream doesn't make any sense. It's a dream. I was like, oh, okay.
Can't believe you didn't realize it was a dream, dummy.
She doesn't know.
Lamo. Dreamer doesn't know.
But yeah, it was odd. Like, I don't know. I wonder what it means to. I'm gonna look up sister.
Yeah, or twin. Even though you didn't call her a twin.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Why I was like very.
This is my sister who is the same age as me.
My identical sister friend. It says in dreams, twins, if they are not known to us, may represent two sides of one idea. Often in everyday life, we come against conflicts between two opposites. Twins in dreams can actually represent two sides of our personality acting in harmony. Oh. So I realized that I'm not actually in harmony with myself and it doesn't exist. Okay.
Okay. Well, that's that.
How strange.
How many siblings do you have?
I have two. I have one sister, one brother.
Ah. Yeah, my mum was asking me the other day and I was like, I know she's got a sister, but I can't remember.
I do. One of each. And I wonder if it's something to do with, I don't know. It doesn't feel like this, but just throwing it out there. But I wonder if it's something to do with the fact I've been like streaming and then I've been editing, and maybe it's just that there's like two different me's at the moment, like depending which hat I have to have on, so to speak. Like, am I in streamer mode or edit mode? And literally, I say hat, but because my editing headset is broken at the moment, I do literally have to swap over my headsets depending which activity I'm doing now. So maybe my brain has gone,
literal
they have
streamer
two
hat.
different headsets, so they must be twins.
Oh no.
And then the dream was just telling me, no, you are one person. Okay, thank you.
Oh, I think you're having the same thing as me where you've been doing too much and you need to rest. You need to pull yourself together, literally.
Yeah.
And have a rest and go to Sweden with me and see everything.
Yay!
Yay!
I wonder if we could get sponsored by Sweden.
Yeah. Sweden, if you're listening.
If any Swedens are listening, do you want to sponsor our trip to
Ceridian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
We should do a fundraiser. Help us go and see Ceridian.
Sweden is not in the book.
Oh, weird. What if I've dreamt about Sweden? What am I supposed to do? Not sweeping, Sweden.
Sweeping is the closest.
Oh. That's not close at all.
What about Scandinavia? Scaffolding.
Scaffolding.
Or scales. Or scapegoat. Oh. An escaped goat.
Somebody save him.
Poor little guy. Oh my gosh, I love goats so much. I got to see them at the weekend and it was so good. I got absolutely mauled, but I loved it.
By goats?
Yeah. I got absolutely like covered in mud because I went in with a bag of feed and they obviously were like, oh, we know what this means. And they just like jumped up at me. And if I was feeding one of them, then the other would be like hoofing. Wait, do they don't have, do they have hooves? Do goats have hooves? Goat foot?
They've got like the same as sheep. I guess, would you call it a hoof?
I don't know. Is it a trotter or is that purely just pigs?
Maybe a trotter. Do goats have hoof? What do you call? It's a cloven hoof. There you go.
Cloven hoof.
Cloven
so
hoof.
It is a brand of hoof.
Yes, it is a kind of hoof.
But they were just hoofing at me. They're giving little like impatient hooves. And I was like, oh, It made me feel really wanted. And then the bag of food was empty and they all left.
Oh.
And
Oh,
then
no.
I felt abandoned. But for a brief moment, they adored me. I was like a god.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, they are so lovely.
Goats are very funny. We used to have a goat at college when I was in my first year of uni. He was
just like taking the classes
student.
with you.
Yeah. He was a student. But no, my first year of uni, I went to a college that had it was an animal college, like animal management, and we
You
had
were
a
the
goat
only
there.
human there.
I was the only human. Yeah, it was like Animal Crossing. I can't remember what the goat was called. I really cannot remember, but like he was the only male goat that they had, and he was really big, and he was a big shaggy brown thing, and he had a massive beard, and he stank because he would jizz all over his beard and wipe it on people.
Oh my goodness.
So every time we'd go and see him, it would be like, oh, now we all smell of goat jizz. Or like you'd walk into the classroom and our tutor would be like, have you been to see the goat? Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's pretty stinky. Stay away from entire goats. They're very, very smelly.
There were some goats at this place that were like, you get those like long-eared goats. They're very tall and they have long ears.
Yes.
They look like me if I was a goat. And there were two of those that were in with this like tiny little like horned guy with a big beard. And it was so funny because they were like these two tall goats and it was raining. So they were like peering out their shed and they're all tall and graceful. And they're just like, I was like, hello. And they're just like, hello. And then all of a sudden this like goat that's like a third of the size of them just peeks its head around the corner like, what do you want? I was like, ah! You talking to my goats? I was like, okay, bye. He just had such a little face on him. He was so cute. Such a big beard. But I felt bad because I'd used up all the goat feed on the other goats and then I didn't have anything to give to them. I was like, I bet that happens all the time because their pen is like behind the other goats.
Oh, yeah. That's the worst thing. Like you're doing, especially like at that particular place, like you do the big circle and you get to the end and you got no food. And it's like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Did you see the deer that were there?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
And they're so friendly, I guess, because there's food. They're like by the gate, just like, hello. God, I've never seen a deer so close before.
They had the zoomies when we were there. They were just running round and round and round, just really excited. And then when we went over to them, they were just like, food? You got food? And I was like, no. But they only offered us goat food. They didn't offer us any deer food.
Yeah, I wonder if they can eat the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. But they probably don't want you feeding the deer, to be honest.
Yeah. But it did have a sign saying, like, when you're offering them the deer food, put your hand flat and put it in the palm of your hand because they will bite, but they don't mean to.
Oh, they just love snacks.
Just like me, for real, for real. I don't mean to bite, but I just get hungry.
I'm just hungry. I just get ahead of myself.
Oh my gosh, Jerry has been doing that recently. He's been such a little land shark. Like the other day, I was offering him a pellet and I was taking it down to him, but before I got down to his height, he sort of like jumped up and I genuinely like heard his mouth like hum. And I was like, oh, he's just so hungry. He gets pellets like every morning at the same time, and yet he acts as if like he's never been fed before.
Yeah, Tabs is the same. Like he every single day he will like wake me up for breakfast, meow meow meow. Like okay, I feed him, and then he immediately walks over to me and just sits next to me like meow. And I'm like, no, you literally just ate. You are not getting anything. You're like, but food? What if food? No. You are large enough
Oh, he's lording in charge.
He's larger than George. A very big man. No more
I
food.
saw this bunny on the rescue page that I follow just before we started recording. And he is called Lenny and he's 11 years old.
Aww.
And I was very tempted.
Baby.
The boy.
Baby.
Because I wonder. So for those who don't know, we tried to bond the bunnies with a third bunny, but it was a lady, and Fion did not take kindly to another lady. Jerry was just like, friend who's not trying to beat me up, okay. But like, I wonder if we did try with like a more, because that bunny was like very sort of similar temperament and type of bunny to Fion.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we had gone for a bunny that was more of a Jerry, maybe she would have been more accepting.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe she didn't want a sister that was the same age as her.
Wants another man.
Yeah, get another man in here.
So Lenny is like the same. Well, he's sort of the same as Jerry. Same like. He is a lion head, but he's a double mane lion head, so he's a lot more fluffy.
Fluffy boy. Do you have a picture?
Oh, I do. But I just have to. We just have to use the power to describe him.
Yeah.
To the good people at home. I also I have to scroll up because of all the other animals I've been sending to Alex to find the picture.
Oh my gosh.
Fluffy boy.
Oh my god. He is so fluffy.
He's so fluffy.
Okay, so everybody, I'm going to describe Lenny. He is a ball of fluff. Literally, imagine you are cleaning out your vacuum cleaner and you pull out a great big ball of grey fluff. That is Lenny.
Yeah. That's he.
That's he. Oh my god. What a baby. I love him.
But I just wonder if like he would, like Jerry would have someone to snuggle with when he's just EP. Fifi might have another friend to apologize to because that's all she seems to do is just get in trouble and then apologize. She's constantly running over to Jerry and putting her head down in like a bunny apology way. And I'm just like, what did you do? What have you done? Yeah.
I love Lenny.
Yeah.
I am on Team Lenny. Please adopt.
He's
Thank you.
Very cute. I'm very tempted to trial it. It's one of those things that it's like, the older bunnies get, the more you're like, oh, is it just causing them stress if I try and bond them now? But then they also need companionship. So I'm like, who?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wish I could get a friend for Tab.
Yeah.
I want him to have a little friend.
I want him to have a boyfriend. I'm really bad for like, I'm very brokenhearted when it comes to the sad times. But I also can't help but see, like very old animals and being like, I'll give them their forever home. And I'm like, that just means the sad comes sooner.
Yeah.
But also, I just want to look after them. It's like the hamster I showed you earlier that we've been looking at, and she's like 2 years old already. And hamsters pretty much live to 2. So
yeah, exactly.
you could literally turn up and be like, this is nice, goodbye. But also, what if she has a lovely home for the rest of her days?
Maybe. And what if she lives like to like 3? She could have lots of time. You never know.
Little baby.
A baby.
It's like, so we've been fostering a hamster called Julieta, and I took her to her forever home yesterday. She got a new home, and it happens to be someone who lives down the road from us, so I just walked her over.
And that's good.
So I know where she lives now. And she's in the window of the living room, so I can literally maybe I'll just pop over sometimes and just look in the window. That's not weird, is it?
Just stand outside, like, hi. I'm Julieta's old mum.
Raining, and I'm just at the door, just at the
Please
window,
let
like,
me in.
hello. But it's one of those things that it's like, even though it's happy that she has her home and that's what the whole time we spent was building up to, I dropped her off and then I was like, okay, well, good luck with everything. Bye-bye. And then she closed the door and I turned around and I just cried. And I was
no.
I was like, walk away from the house, quick, get away. And then I was like, okay, I'm okay. And then I got home and I saw her empty tank and I cried again. I was like, oh.
Oh, Friday. We knew this would happen when you started fostering.
Yeah.
And every time you were like, someone's looking at Julietta, twice, I was like, adopt her. And you were like, oh. So you had plenty of chances.
In my defense, it's Rithian's fault.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Rithian put in my mind, he was like, do you think she's going to feel like you're abandoning her when she gets a new home? And I hadn't considered that.
Oh my God.
Until Rithian pointed that out. And then I just kept on saying that, like I was crying walking away and I was just like, I just hope she knows that I love her and I did this for her and she's not abandoned.
Oh, Rithian!
Because I just thought it's nice that she gets a new home and she'll be happy. That whole side of things didn't occur. Like, what if she misses me? I never think about anything missing me. So, yeah, he put that in my head.
I miss you.
Well, I guess it's time to leave and let these good people miss me.
It is, yeah. I miss you already.
Yay! I miss you.
No.
But thank you, everyone, for listening. And thank you, Kirsty, for a lovely chat.
Yes, thank you, everybody. We will see you next time.
Go and have lovely, cuddly, cozy dreams about
sweet dreams.
rat piles.
Oh, that's a good dream.
Yeah. Well, until next time, goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now.
Bye-bye.